Hello, welcome to Network 99. So glad you're here to share in the sketching. Today's sketch starts out with black work, brush, pen, and as we're about to see, we're going to go into a zoomed out view and a little more brushwork. If you've seen some of my other videos by now, you see that these have been loose yet intuitive sketching. This is actually the very first video of my channel where I've rigged up the camera to be not being held by my other hand as I draw. So that's an improvement. And you'll see that it allows for a lot more free-flowing work to occur on the page. The trouble with holding the camera as you draw, of course, is which part do you look at, the drawing or the camera monitor? And that created some problems, and so we've adapted it with a nice little setup. Here you'll see, as I've sort of been working intuitively this whole time, on sort of background and foreground structural type things, I noticed that the background, deep background, was missing a little bit of something to balance out all the work that had been done. And so I put some black shading in the back, and now you'll see we've gone into color. I have a brown brush here, and this is also the first video of my channel that I've gone into color work. In the sketchbook, when you're just letting it fly, sometimes black is fine to get the ideas down, but it's fun if you've got color to push these sketches a little farther. And so that's what you're seeing here. I've now switched to a gray marker, and I'm going in and sort of working values all over the place on the composition. And interesting to note here, of course, too, is that these markers, you may notice, are getting a little old. And so these are an old batch that probably don't have much life left into them, but we're getting some use out of them. And then a sketch where there's not a lot lost by throwing down some color here and there. And this first round of color sort of ending with me again working on the background. And it's sort of a sunset, sunrise type situation with yellows. And then I go back into green a little more here and there, kind of, again, letting my intuition guide me. That's the key here. We're going to keep talking about intuition on this channel. And what I believe to be an artist's greatest strength is their intuition. And we all have intuition, of course, and the more you rely on it, or trust it, I should say, the more you trust your intuition, the more you begin to realize how truthful it always is. And that's why you'll notice my pen moving across the page here and there. I'm not lingering in one area for very long. And that's sort of the idea. I mean, you can stay in one spot if you really dial down somewhere. You can work things out and get more detail by staying in one spot, of course. But I find in these sketches, especially when color starts coming into play, that if you linger, you kind of may lose sight of the entire composition. And my hope is that these sketches, as they were, will inspire you. yourself to take up a page, a paper, whatever the case may be, whatever instrument you need to get the marks down on the page to create line and shape and form. And then there's nothing hurt by going in and continuing to work. And a big part of these that is surprising to me is that every time I go another iteration, it's a challenge, because you almost think to yourself as well, it could be finished now, it could be. But a lot of white space on a page that starts out white isn't very natural in terms of a less than abstract scene, I suppose, because this is not obviously a real picture. I'm not drawing from any photograph or real life situation. It's more just when I'm seeing things start to take form in the composition, I run with it, and I can use what's there from my intuition to guide the process forward. And here you'll see pink coming in. And this was after I had done a lot of dark shading, not crazy dark, but you'll notice those dark blues and purples. I've been trying a lot of dark blues and purples to shade things, along with the browns, of course. But if you look at any shadow in real life, it is not, most of the time, that is just a black and white situation or grays. There are colors in shadows, and you can kind of push that and work that to your advantage when you're creating a sketch such as this. So I think I've basically given a good overview of what's happening here. Again, thanks for watching, and subscribe and like if it is something, in fact, you want to continue watching. I'll be posting more and more of these as time goes on, hopefully every day, and they'll get more detailed, and we're going to work up to paintings eventually, but now we're starting with sketches here on Network 99. So again, thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next one. Be kind, be creative, and bring the joy.